Welcome back. I'm sitting here with my chiropractor in a very posture-correct position, Dr. Elon Vitkoff, and she's going to show us the do's and don'ts of how to work at your desk. Dr. Vitkoff, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for inviting me, Chris.
Welcome to my world.
I love it.
I don't always sit this way, but I
hope not.
just for you. I suppose I'd like to start out by asking exactly what are some of the most common symptoms of people who have been victims of bad posture?
Bad posture. Well, the symptoms are that people can get muscle tension fatigue, stiffness of the muscles and the joints, and you kind of feel soreness and tension, and mostly it comes from slouching.
Oh.
See, we tend to slouch like this at the desk. And so the symptoms are really neck pain, shoulder pain, and headaches.
Okay.
And so the first step in learning how to prevent and reduce these is to kind of have your head be more over your body than in front of you.
Okay, so
those are the symptoms: neck tension and headaches.
So one tip is to keep your neck back.
Exactly.
In a semi-natural state, right? You don't want to be all the way back.
Right.
Okay, so that's one. Do you have any other tips to avoid getting those injuries?
Well, you know, the other is to really look at the workstation that you have.
Okay.
Number one. And the other is to be able to do some kind of things, always have things in front of you, the way that you're sitting. So we should kind of not carry our head forward like that, and we should be able to sit kind of with our head straight over our body, and then be able to maybe once in a while bend the neck back.
Okay.
All of that's to kind of keep the body moving.
So can I, if we demonstrate it here at my
Sure.
pseudo workstation.
Pseudo workstation.
Normally I'd be, you know, like
that.
Hi. Just, you know, relaxing, kind of mousing here.
I'm glad you don't do that, Chris. No wonder.
Oh, of course I don't.
So first thing you want to do is use this back support.
Okay.
This back support can really help any chair.
All right.
You don't have to go spend $700 on an expensive chair.
All right.
This is a key.
Oh, wow.
Because what that does, isn't that great?
Yeah.
It pushes your backbone forward.
Okay.
So you're beginning to do the first step as far as the solutions to all of this, which is getting good posture.
Okay.
See, good sitting posture with that back support begins to open up your chest, and it's actually a foundation for you to feel more comfortable.
It does that. I feel open now.
Cool.
Am I leaning back right? Do I want to just kind of?
Well, you want to sit up straight, even though you have the back support. You want to have a bit of straightness to your back. And then the other is, I mean, we all know the basics, which is to have the monitor, the keyboard, and the desk and the chair be kind of ergonomically safe, which means that your wrist should be kind of flat, neutral, and not bent forward and back.
All right.
And then the other is to have the monitor in front of you and not to the side.
Oh, okay.
And the key here is, as far as the desk and the chair height, is that you want your hip to be at 90 degrees. So basically, you want to have a adjustable chair, and you seem to be fine as far as the height of the chair to the desk.
Okay.
But I think key for you in this setup is that you need that back support for the back.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing I can tell the difference. I mean, having that there is actually kind of making it easier to sit in this position.
Pushes the spine forward.
Oh, for sure. Now, as far as good posture goes, I know you obviously you're not going to live a perfect life. As far as adjustments go, do you think they can help, or things like yoga or even massages?
Well, you know, here's what I find. When it comes to having good posture, the key is to know that we need to have 3 curves in our backbone. Here's the neck, mid-back, and low back. So what I did with you, which is we use that back support, we push that spine forward. Okay. See, without it, your back would be like this.
Yeah.
So yoga is really key in that it gets your muscles kind of moving and warmed up and stretched and elongated. That's the way I started chiropractic. I started with doing yoga to understand the body and how it works. And then the neck, as we said, with everything being at eye level, you would not be throwing your head forward like that.
Oh, that's slouching there?
Slouching forward. Okay. And actually what slouching is about is instead of having 3 healthy curves in the side of our body like this.
Here, do you want me to?
Yeah, like this, is we end up kind of going forward, and we end up kind of having one C-shaped head like this.
Ouch. That's not good.
So really the alignment and massage and chiropractic kind of put the 3 curves back in there, even though you are using the nice support on the back as I demonstrated.
Oh.
The back support.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
What about non-physical activities like stress? How does that impact the overall health and condition of the body?
Well, you know, stress, in my opinion, being in practice for 22 years, is kind of what gets all of our symptoms to kind of be accelerated, go over the edge.
All right.
So basically, when you're under stress, you may be tightening your jaw, developing new aches and pains like TMJ problem. You can it can increase your headaches. So in my opinion, stress kind of can multiply the problems. You could have a lot of your ergonomic set up proper, but then when you add stress to it, it can kind of build up. to where you start feeling the headaches more and the neck pain more and all that other symptoms.
Let's say you are at that level. What would be the first thing you'd really want to do?
Well, you know, getting massages, getting chiropractic treatment, and acupuncture, especially if you're having, for example, any kind of carpal tunnel syndrome. Okay. Acupuncture and massage and chiropractic is the best avenue to use, actually, as opposed to taking anti-inflammatories.
Yeah, and that's how I started getting into chiropractic, because I was having a problem with my ear. I've got a chronic ear problem.
Right.
And it literally was hurting, and my wife had suggested, hey, go to the chiropractor. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I went, and literally the next day I could actually feel something. The blood started flowing again, and it was amazing, literally. And since then, I've been a believer.
A believer.
I believe.
You're on the bandwagon, as they say.
Now, you actually. I'm sorry, I never actually visited your website, but you have one. It's
a great website. It could use a little improvement, but it's a great website. Could be updated a little bit more, but it's wonderful. There's a lot of research on it.
Okay.
You can click into about different conditions we treat and different it's got a lot of it has a wonderful newsletter that you can actually email to yourself.
Wonderful, and I believe you've even detailed even more tips and tools of the trade at our website, techtv.com.
Yes, I looked it up last night myself. It's wonderful.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I like visiting every once in a while too.
Right.